Ontology value equivalent to $0.29 to $99 a coin. The present exchanged cost range 0.859's fiat 180. The earlier day close, T-up 157. The change was 0.158, 0.005%. Reverse rate, ICE to ONT. Ontology figure for August 2024. Before all else cost at $492. Excessive costs of $23.35, while low costs breathe on $492. They arrived at the midpoint of costs spree on $843. Ontology cost figure toward the month's ends on 4051. Change for August 16%. Ontology cost expectation for September 2024. Before all else cost at $41. Excessive cost 5D28, while low costs on 4051. They found the middle value of costs on 457. Ontology cost gauge toward the month's end Z4699. Change for September 16%. Ontology gauge for October 2024. To start with cost at $46.99. Exorbitant costs on 51229, while low costs on 45 and 45. They found the middle value of cost on 4840. Ontology cost gauge toward the month's end Z4887. Change for October 4%. Ontology cost expectation for November 2024. At the outset cost at $4887. Excessive cost on 6,066, while low costs are 4887. They arrived at the midpoint of costs of 5D377. Ontology cost conjecture toward the month's ends of 5D669. Change for November 16%. Ontology conjecture for December 2024. At the outset cost at zone 5D669. Excessive cost 0.6344, while low costs are 5D514. They found the middle value of costs of 5D864. Ontology cost estimate toward the month's ends of 5D929. Change for December 6%. Ontology cost expectation for January 2025. First and foremost cost at zone 5D929. Exorbitant cost 0.7359, while low costs are 5D29. They found the middle value of cost on 65 or 24. Ontology cost estimate toward the month's end 68. Change for January 16%. Ontology estimate for February 2025. First and foremost cost at 68 at $78. Exorbitant costs 0.87, while low costs on 68 and 78. They arrived at the midpoint of costs on 73.99. Ontology cost conjecture toward the month's ends on 17,651. Change for February 2%. Ontology cost expectation for Walk 2025. Before all else cost at $7,651. Excessive costs 0.514, while low cost 0.7400. They arrived at the midpoint of costs on 7,881. Ontology cost conjecture toward the month's end 0.79 and 57. Change for spring 4%. Ontology conjecture for April 2025. At the outset cost at $0.7957. Excessive costs 0.86027, while low cost 0.74 and 99. They arrived at the midpoint of costs 8,037. Ontology cost conjecture toward the month's end 8,063. Change for April 3%. Ontology cost expectation for May 2025. First and foremost cost at $8,063. Exorbitant costs 1,802, while low cost 0.17650. They found the middle value of cost 185. Ontology cost estimate toward the month's ends 0.8226. Change for May 2%. Ontology gauge for June 2025. In the first place cost at $0.8226. Excessive costs 0.1926, while low cost 0.17758. They arrived at the midpoint of costs 0.313. Ontology cost figure toward the month's ends 0.342. Change for June 4%. Ontology cost expectation for July 2025. In the first place cost at $8342. Exorbitant costs 0.935, while low cost 0.17766. They found the middle value of cost 0.348. Ontology cost gauge toward the month's ends 0.350. Change for July 1%. Ontology gauge for August 2025. In the first place cost at $350. Exorbitant costs are 1916, while low cost 0.78 and 36. They found the middle value of cost 2407. Ontology cost gauge toward the month's end 0.8426, change for August by 9%. Ontology cost expectation for September 2025. Initially costed $0.04826. Excessive cost 10458, while low costs 0.84 to 26. Be arrived at the midpoint of cost to 9,271. Ontology cost figure toward the month's end 0.774, change for September 16%. Ontology figure for October 2025. Initially cost at $18,774. Excessive cost 1.832, while low costs are 19,774. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 10755. Ontology cost figure toward the month's end 1.338, change for October 16%. Ontology cost expectation for November 2025. To start with cost at $1.338. Exorbitant cost 1.338, while low costs 2,857. They found the middle value of cost 10264. Ontology cost estimate toward the month's end Z9524, change for November 16%. Ontology estimate for December 2025. To start with cost at $905 and $24. Exorbitant costs are $95 and $24, while low cost $27.4 and $40. They found the middle value of cost $20,622. Ontology cost estimate toward the month's end state 1,000, change for December 16%. Ontology cost expectation for January 2026. At the outset cost at $8,000. Excessive costs 0.85 and 21, while low cost 0.74 and 7. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 0.79 and 73. Ontology cost conjecture toward the month's end 0.79 and 64, change for January's and 5%. Ontology figure for February 2026. Initially cost at $0.79 and $64. Excessive cost 0.79 and 64, while low costs are 16,792. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 0.7506. Ontology cost figure toward the month's end 0.7303, change for February 3%. Ontology cost expectation for Walk 2026. Initially cost at $0.7303. Excessive cost 0.7303, while low costs were 6,101. They arrived at the midpoint of costs on 6,817. Ontology cost figure toward the month's end says 65 and 60, change for spring 10.2%. Ontology figure for April 2026. Before all else cost at $6,560. Excessive costs 0.8143, while low costs were 65 and 60. They arrived at the midpoint of costs on 17,218. Ontology